fellow aviation enthusiasts. Welcome to Nocturnal Simulations. I'm Michael, and today we'll be departing from Van Nuys Airport up in California, heading up to Yosemite. Got some exciting news today. I've got not just one, but two incredible products that I've purchased to showcase. First up is obviously what you can see on the screen here is the TBM from Black Square, the TBM850. Along with that, I've scrambled and managed to get the Virpil Joystick that I ordered about 6 or 8 weeks ago now. It's been a little while so I've managed to get that mounted to my Thrustmaster drop mount, and hopefully it stays in one place. It seems pretty solid so far. Plus, we'll be diving into the art of navigating through VORs in California. So stick with me and let's embark on this learning journey together. So with that, let's jump back in the cockpit and get started. We've got quite a few people in here waiting on us, so bear with me as I may have the occasional hiccup as we learn these new products. And with that, guys, let's get to it. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so we're going to be using a abbreviated checklist for sure tonight, because the checklist from Black Square is enormous, and I haven't had time to memorize anything because too many things going on at once tonight. Alright, so the back door is locked. Let's go back up to the front. We'll leave the front door open for now until we get rolling here, because it's extremely hot right now. What was it, about 100 degrees outside? 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright, so pre-flight before engine starting, like I said, abbreviated checklist, so we're not going to be going through everything. We'll be doing another stream at another date to go over those things. So, top, remove the crash bar and get the battery source on. Alright, oxygen supply, passenger cockpit. Confirm our power lever is to idle. It is. Prop lever is full. And condition lever is set to cut off. So we've already chosen the battery for source, so we're good there. Ignition to auto. And then go ahead and get our nav and strobe lights on. Fuel selector for startup is manual. Go down here to fuel selector. It's in manual currently. Auxiliary boost pump is on. And then we can hit the starter. Alright, so we're going to be watching for NG of 13%. Once we get to 13%, we'll go to low idle on the condition lever. Once we should see an ITT peak around the red line here is around 840 or so. Alright, so let's go ahead and move that condition lever up. Oh, that sounds really cool with the door open. That's awesome. I was not expecting that like high pressure sound.
I wish I started mine with the door open.
ITT is good. I didn't actually catch it in the peak. And then NG's about 50%. We can go on up to high idle. So now we want to watch the NG, make sure it continues progressing. It should be just in the green arc there. Yeah, it's in the green arc now. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and shut the door here.
Start her off.
Oh, yep, start her off. Thank you. Auxiliary pump is in auto, and the fuel selector can move on up to auto. And I have got to figure out how to shut this door. Oh, there's stairs. Gotta bring the stairs up first. Let me turn the handle to shut the door. Okay, now that is good to go. Engine's all happy. Everything's in the green. Nothing blew up on us this time. All gyros. Generator selector to main. Passenger oxygen is already on. Bleed air to auto. Bleed air is down here. Bleed to auto. Air conditioner Definitely need that on. And fan flow to auto. Set cabin altitude as needed. We're going to be going up to, I think, what did we agree on? 6,000?
Yep.
5,000?
5. If you're gonna go up a little higher, but 5 should be fine.
Okay, so we'll. Actually, you can keep it at sea level all the way up to 14,000, so we can just keep it at sea level for the cabin altitude. Alright, so air conditioning is auto, or on, fan flow is auto, bleed is an auto, so we should be good there, and cabin temperature is starting to drop, so should be getting more comfortable. Weather radar to standby. It's already in standby. Ooh, that was really loud. And then...
we might have a heli accompanying us tonight.
Oh, heli. Radio Master. Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Radio Master on. Get some electronics going on in here. Autopilot trim on.
I am just getting set up, so don't wait for me if you guys are ready to go. I'll just speed up time a little and catch up with you guys. You won't be that far ahead of me.
You're right. EFS Master is on, and then inertial separator is on. And then pitot heat as needed. I don't think we're going to need it today. It's extremely hot. So let's check out our lights again. Go ahead and get our taxi lights on. And we're good until we get to the runway. So as far as altitude, what's that, Ken?
I was going to say, I only see 3 airplanes here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if everybody's being visible right now.
Yeah, the server's being wonky. I only see some people as well. I don't see Michael tonight. It's too bad.
Yeah. Alright, so we are going to be heading to FI Elm Fox India Mike for the first one, and it is 112.5. And dial that in.
My needles came in.
Hey, look at that. One came in right in. And we're going to be heading that direction. I believe it was 286. Yep.
If you got nav 1 to the HSI,
Yeah, nav 1 is the HSI. I'm going to say 286. 28, 27, 28, 286. Oh, this thing is really nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna do both radios, both CDIs, just to compare them, see how they behave.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
2728.
And then 286, 27, 28, 2856. Should pretty much be the same. It may be a little bouncy since we're on the ground right here, and it's, yeah, they're both bouncing around a little bit. So we're going to be departing on runway 19, I think it was 19, wasn't it? Let me check my chart. 16 right. Excuse me. Departing on 16 right, which is just out our left side here. We got quite the wind here, so expect it won't be right on the way out. Let's go ahead and get rid of our cautions. We got pitot heat, stall, heater. Oh, I guess we'll have to have the pitot heat on. Inertial separator and park and brake are the only things on the annunciator panel. Okay, let's go to takeoff flaps. Takeoff flaps. Is there a takeoff trim setting? Do we know of?
Well, there is a green arc.
See
down
that?
on the, center console. That's the only thing I got to go on.
Seems kind of forward.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with neutral. I don't know if I feel good about that. I'll leave it there in neutral. Aileron trim is neutral and rudder trim is neutral. Okay, am I forgetting anything else? Don't need to worry about de-ice. Let's currently 97 degrees outside, 80 degrees inside cockpit. Can we lower the temperature of the cabin some more? Love how this is modeled.
75, that feels pretty good compared to the tarmac.
Yeah, 100 and something outside. And then we are going up to, what do we agree on? 5,000 or 6,000? Actually, we're doing VFR technically, so let's go to going west for the first part here. So let's go to 65. And let's see here. Is there a flight director? There is. Flight director. There we go. It's on the autopilot panel in the center bottom row.
When did the black square TBM come out? I knew it was coming. I thought it hadn't come out yet.
This morning.
It came out today.
Yeah, it literally just came out.
You're not giving me a chance to go get it.
Well, yeah.
I was looking at it, and then I said no.
Not
Too many variables.
No, that makes it more fun. Loggins, come on now. All right, so we are going to be taking off of runway 16 right, and then we will need to do a right turn and get back onto the VOR track for 286. So right turn to 286 with the VOR nav. So vertical speed will climb at, this thing probably do 1,500 feet per minute. So, okay, let me get my track IR on.
Where'd you find that flight director switch?
Right
Autopilot.
on the autopilot panel, center,
Oh,
bottom row, FD.
I forgot about that whole panel up there.
Yep,
What's the FD do?
flight director. It pops up flight director up on your PFD screen.
Okay, I'm not quite sure what the purpose of that flight director is, though.
It follows autopilot.
I'll go
And
below.
for flight depressing.
it follows whatever you have set in your autopilot. It follows that.
I'm using the button just to the right of it. I'm going for the soft ride tonight.
So
Well, let
All right.
us know how that goes.
Johnsy's on now.
What's up, Sean? All right, park and break off. Is everybody ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are we ever? No.
Let's get this flight weather radar on and
Get this shoe on the road.
let's get moving.
Yeah, I'm just loading in, so if you keep your speed down just a little bit, I can catch up without changing. Otherwise, I can speed up time and catch up.
Yeah, we're not in any rush right now. So we'll just chop this ramp crew up with the prop here and do a little 180.
Oh yeah, I finally got my thing fixed.
Oh, nice. I didn't think about you having your oh, the wind died on us. Look at that. Cool.
Man, it's so smooth.
Oh yeah, that's super nice. I pretty much run max settings minus the object level detail at 350.
I really wish I could see you right now.
Oh yeah, I am at the ILS hold short point here.
All my training wheels are gone tonight.
Moving on up to 16 right hold point.
Oh, you're moving?
Yep.
Hey, Mike, get that junk out of the way, will you?
Well, I didn't want to go first, but all right.
All right. I don't see anybody on landing on approach, and runway appears empty. So I'm gonna move on out to the runway. I don't know what the run-up procedure is because I have not studied it yet, but we're going for it.
It's a brand new plane. What could go wrong?
I don't know.
What could possibly go wrong?
Overstress.
Hey, you blew up your engine the first time you started the thing.
Oh, you could do that with the TBM.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to taxi. It didn't even get to turn my radios on.
All right.
Car.
So we need to do a right turn to.
I'm following you.
We'll do a heading right turn to. Oh, let's go this way.
Looks
Do a
like I
right
guess
turn to
Michael's cloaking right
350.
now. See him.
We're going to heading mode here, so the. Why is this saying a left turn?
All that Star Wars stuff going on.
Since I can't see you, Michael, tell me when you're off
go to
the
330.
runway,
Okay.
please.
Alright. Yep, we're going to do a right turn to 330 to get back on the VOR there. It wasn't happy with
Yeah,
350.
see, Mike, it don't matter, does it?
Alright, guys. I'm going to get moving here. So, I'm going to hold the brakes, since we can definitely blow the engine up a lot easier in this plane. Bring the torque in slowly. Alright. Torque up to 100%, 99 or so. Release brakes. Temps are all good. Everything's in the green. Inertial separator's on. Let's go. Alright, so I'm taking off with neutral trim right now. Rotate at 80 knots. Rotate. Yeah, you probably needed some up. Alright. Positive rate. Gear up. Let's pull some trim into it. Go to the end of the runway here, and we'll do a right turn. To 330. We can get our flaps up. Right turn, 330. I'm going to change that to 300. Looking at the VOR here. It's actually saying I need to go off to the left here. So let's go ahead and go into nav mode here. It should have us roll to the left to join back with the VOR nav. This thing hand flies beautifully.
You're an autopilot. Don't forget your yaw damper in this puppy.
I'm hand flying right now. Let's go ahead and get rid of the inertial separator. It looks like we're catching that track, so let's go ahead and do a right turn. Oh, I didn't set up an autopilot button. I have to push it with the mouse. Oh, I forgot the barrow. That's what it was. 2993. Luckily, it was close. Alright, let's go ahead and go into autopilot and yaw damper. I think we can pull the torque back to 95 for climb.
Or you can go in the 850 mode.
I'm almost afraid to push that button.
I just did it, and it took my torque right up. I didn't touch my throttles. It took my torque up to about 115.
Okay, let's give it a try.
NG
850 mode.
I'm gonna back the prop off a touch though.
Oh,
And I'm climbing at 2,000 feet a minute.
I'm coming up to my cruise altitude here. I'm seeing what this thing can do, because the ITT is what we're really concerned about right now, so...
I'm still in the green.
I'm at 114. I'm at 775 ITT.
Oh, you finally showed up. I can see you now out ahead of me.
So,
To your light is great.
oh, good. Alright, so we are 12.7 miles. Things are going to happen a lot faster than what we're used to flying VOR nav. So the next waypoint is going to be the RZS, and that is 1149. So we're going to put that into our nav radio here. And we're going to be on a course of 270 on that one.
Yeah, it's almost the same. There you are, you just showed up.
This thing can cruise. Alright, I'm going to take it back out of the 850 mode here, because I imagine it's not really built for cruise, is it?
I have to read the manual.
RTFM, man, RTFM. Because I'm at cruise altitude, so I'm going to come back to 95% on the torque here. Too far. Alright, 8 miles from Bucks, India, Mike. Do I have a ground speed anywhere, I wonder? Or true speed? Oh, here we go. VR. 257 knots. Might be breaking some rules. Might need to slow it up just a hair. 250 would be technically our max. This is a real pretty area.
Did you say you got a ground speed somewhere?
Yeah, it's on your HSI. Top right corner where it says your distances.
Okay.
We're going to be leaving here, going on 270.
I should have taken the King Air.
Do we need to slow up for you?
Oh, you guys are like almost on the horizon for me.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it back to 80% torque and see what that ends up at. Actually, 75.
I'm still climbing, but I'm only sitting at about 130 knots.
What do you have for prop on the 850?
Prop is just set to full. This thing just sits at 2,000 RPM. Alright, so we're 1 mile out, so I'm going to go ahead and swap the frequency and then change the course to 270 and go back into nav mode. Should be doing a left turn here. And we should be over FIM. A look at the VOR chart. Trying to see something that would stick out pretty well for us. Yeah, we should be between these valleys that we're kind of seeing off the nose here. Yeah, so that's making sense. Big mountain range off to the right, which extends almost all the way to the coast. So that looks correct. Cool. Alright, 41 miles, so it's 45 total miles, so that makes sense. That's good. And then we need to change our second radio over to 1149. And I may start messing around with this nav system radio here. So with the frequency 1154, how do we change the frequency? There we go. So what happens if I go to 1149? 1149. Okay. So that nav system actually gives us the same data that we're seeing over here on the HSI. Cool.
1149. Sorry, let me get back to my. We're going one. What's the? Oh.
It's RZS.
You're going on a heading in 270.
Yep.
Alright, perfect. Just made the turn behind you. Nice.
All right, so I've got a ground speed of 239 knots right now. What's the cabin temperature? 67 degrees, nice and cool.
So y'all did go to 6,500, correct?
Yep, 6,500. Okay, I see the lake up here in front of me here, and if I bring over Sky Vector, I can actually see that lake right here. So things are matching up. Got a little island in the middle of it. Yep. So we are about somewhere in here. Right over Santa Paula.
Yep. That checks out.
We have the island off to our left here. That is the Santa Cruz Ranch. Santa Cruz Island. So I kind of wonder if I do use one, display one. So can I go to display 2? Change this to the next waypoint maybe? Which is 1124. And then we would want that to be on... I wonder how you can do VOR mode. Nautical miles, minutes, frequency. So how would you change the radio, I wonder?
Frequency swap? Or...
So you're using one, display 2, like you got flashing. I think. I would. Oh my gosh, you got multiples there. 4 of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and tune the next VOR on display 2 and see if I can switch back and forth between use 1, use 2, and see if it gives me the distance.
Can't really flip back and forth from them though.
Yeah.
So this is saying we'll be at our next destination in 6 minutes. That's so strange to me. I haven't done VOR navigation in an airplane this fast.
Yeah, it'd be a little more on your toes.
Yeah. Oh, I never did dial this in to 270. So we, on our classic OBS here, you'll have your 2, and you'll tune it with the little knob down here. So that means we're going to the VOR on a course of 270. And then the HSI over here has a lot of nice information on it. Oh, you can change it to the RNAV. MLS VDF VOR1. So let's go back to nav mode here. Let's confirm that we do have auto selection on the fuel, which we do. So if we display to 18.5 miles, oh no, we're not. It just shows you the channel. Data. Oh, here you go. You hit data, and you can do the radio. Okay, so our next radio is going to be 301. Oh, it goes in increments of 10. Distance 5? I wonder what distance means. Oh, that just changed it on number 1 anyways. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to read up on that one. Figure out how to use that one. Ooh, that's interesting. The radios in this thing are in 25 hertz.
Oh yeah, it's the
And not 8.7 or whatever. Could make that seem interesting. Because they're talking about going to the 8.77 or whatever it is.
But if you have the 750 in there, you can change it in there. I don't know about these two radios, how you can adjust it, but I figure if you're on VATSIM, you're probably going to be using the 750 anyway.
Yeah, probably. Alright, so 11.1 miles.
Go, do a stream. I'll be glad to watch. Do a VOR on VATSIM.
Alright, something beeped at me. Don't know why it beeped at me. Can I change the sensitivity to high? Give me a little bit more accuracy. Oh, it must have been my altitude beeping at me or something. Okay, so we are 8.9 miles out. Our next waypoint is going to be 1124. So go ahead and dial that in.
I'm still like 30 miles out.
Do we need to slow down anymore for you?
I might change. I might pop into developer mode and swap aircraft mid-flight. But I'm not sure what I'll do.
Just do time acceleration.
That I can do, yeah.
So, well, we're coming up on this VOR. I think I'll ask you on the next one. Yeah, I'll save this question for the next waypoint.
Okay.
Get your thoughts.
Alright, so we're gonna go into heading mode. Heading mode, and then we can change our course.
I don't know if you noticed that heading. You can just
2301.
click the heading knob, and it'll bug to your current heading. That yellow heading knob on the.
Oh, okay.
Pretty slick.
Yep. Alright, so we're gonna do a course of 301 to the next VOR. Current VOR is 3.9 miles away. So we are at Santa Barbara. Barbara.
Oh, you're over the second VOR?
Yep. Over Romeo Zulu Sierra. Alright, 2 miles.
So you're tuning in 112.4.
Yeah, I'm about to tune that here in a second. When I get the 1 mile out, I'll tune it and then go back in the nav mode. Alright, 1 mile out. Let's go ahead and tune that over and go into nav. It should be pretty much spot on. And it is. Perfect. Oh, nav is armed. Oh, nav arm. I wonder if it'll swap. Uh-oh. I feel like it should change by now.
I'm not sure.
It's not going into nav mode. We're too far away. All right, let's go ahead and turn.
What's your ground speed?
I don't have anything to show me at the moment, so stand by.
Sorry, okay. What's your airspeed?
Airspeed is what is that? Either 190? Yeah, 200.
Okay. I guess I'm catching up, but I got quite a ways to go yet.
1124. It is 1124, is it? Yep, 1124. I'm not picking it up.
Yeah, I think it might be too far away to pick up.
It
So
might
we
be.
wanna go on outbound radial from this one.
301 is what I've got currently on my heading. So if we go back to the other, let's go back to heading mode. We can do an outbound of 301.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Go on the nav. So it should go to 300. And then the right turn makes sense because we probably shot through it quite a bit. Trying to figure out what we did wrong.
I think we might have been too far away to tune this one. 66 miles away. Might.
Yep, so I'm going to go ahead and dial it in. I should have checked that. Should have checked before we actually swapped there. So I went ahead and put it into my nav 2 so we can watch for when we get our 2 flag. They get too far, of course, though. Alright, so we just passed Santa Barbara. We should see the lake off to our left, which we do. And some mountains right past that.
That correct will be on a 3012. The next one, right?
3012.
Sorry, hang on. Let me speak English.
I'm just using Navigraph's numbers. I'm ignoring sky vectors. Alright, so here's the lake we were just looking at. And we are leaving Santa Barbara, going to San Luis County Regional. Hey, pilot. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Appreciate it. Yeah, I got the Virpil in today, and the TBM is fantastic. And of course, we picked the difficult way to travel, and we're doing VOR nav. Everything GPS related is turned off, but we just left RZS and we are heading to San Luis and Morro Bay. 66 miles, 301. So we should be able to see our distance increasing here. Yes, I've really enjoyed it so far. Really haven't had much time to mess around with it too much, but I've enjoyed it so far. It's definitely a different animal. There's a lot more to it. Alright, so we are increasing in distance here, so that makes sense. Does this show to or from? Oh, the arrow. That's right. So you got this little arrow down here. I think it should pop up to the top of the airplane when it's the 2. This is the front. Currently, we still don't have access to, or we're not in range of that next VOR yet, so I would expect it to pop up somewhere around 40 miles. These mountains in front of us could be causing issues, though. You know what I could also do is lower the sensitivity to low. See if that helps. Nope, didn't change anything. We'll go back to high for higher accuracy. Okay, outside air temperature is 59, inside 67, so we're nice and comfortable. Do we know how to get this weather radar to work? Nav, on. Oh, it's good to see the engine conditions 100%. We didn't break anything on the way out of there. On. What does stab off mean? Does anybody know?
Stabilize trim.
Stable. No, on the weather radar. Tilt, stab. Vertical profile. I feel like we should be able to. I would think you'd be able to see some of this fog up in front of us here.
Might be too far below us.
I'm tilting it down, supposedly. I don't know. Okay, let's see here. So,
here's another thing, Michael. Did you notice the 1-2 on your HSI? The 1-2 button top left of your HSI?
yeah.
You can swap between...
Oh, VOR1, VOR2. Oh, look at that.
And it changes your VOR to OBS as well when you do it. I'm not seeing it happen on your stream, but...
Oh, it's probably because I have it set there. Yeah, it does. Cool. Now, it does take you out of nav mode, though, so you want to make sure you go back to the VOR1 and go to nav mode.
Oops. Good catch. Didn't see that. I love the instruments in this thing, except for, Ken, as you said earlier today, the your attitude indicator looks, it's just so basic.
It's like something out of a comic book.
But this HSI is, holy moly, this thing's got features.
Yeah, I really like this thing. It's definitely, it's a lot more challenging to fly this way, but it's a lot more satisfying when you get to where you're going.
We'll talk about that when we get there.
Yeah, the last bit of this flight will be a little bit more challenging, but
If you get there.
oh, we're getting there. Okay, so I am 25.6 miles away from Santa Barbara. I'm surprised that I'm not picking up the next waypoint.
I think I have it. It looks like you have it too.
No?
Tuned in a 112.4? Your
One,
second one?
oh, hang on. I'm 5. Whoops, that might be why. There it is. Okay, now I have it. So it should be on 301. So let's go over to 1124. And let's course correct here. Go back to nav mode. And intercept that on 301. Interesting that it was that far off. What caused that? Because if we were doing a from on 301 and then 2 at 301 to the next one, what changed? What's wrong?
Well, part of it could be just the overshoot.
Yeah, but you should be going the same direction.
But in on a different radial, because if you overshot your turn, let's say, you'll still get to it, but just on a different radial. You know, slightly higher or lower course number, I believe. I think.
But if you got 2 points in space, and you left one at 301, you should intercept the other one at 301, shouldn't you?
You should, unless you... Oh, yes, if you left the other one exactly at 301.
Yeah, but we did have a little bit of overshoot, so that may be what you're talking... Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You're using better words than me. So
Algebra 2 is hard.
I'm on 2.9 or 5 going into... I'm going 2 on 2.9 or 5 because I overshot. And
Okay, yeah, so I'm
and I'm right on course for it.
Okay.
Double check myself.
So I'm correcting to 301, which it's lined back up now. So we got 31.5 miles, so we should be about halfway between points. So if I look on Sky Vector here for something around, there should be a tower off to the right. Let's get to the right side over here. Oh, there's a river. Some farmland and a tower on the peak somewhere. I wonder if we can see the tower. May not be modeled. Oh, there's a little lake right there. What were you about to say, Mike?
You should see what airport is this? There's going to be an airport off to the left. Santa Paula? Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I got the airport off to the left.
And the
Santa Maria. Santa Maria Public Airport. Captain Gallon Hancock Field. All right, pilot. See you later, buddy. Thanks for jumping in. Okay, so let's go ahead and get ahead of the airplane just a little bit and look at our next waypoint. It is Bravo Sierra Romeo. It is 114. I'm going to put that on my nav too, just to see when I get it.
So here's the thing you could do. That's Santa Maria Airport to the northeast has a VOR. We probably don't have time for it, probably past it, but you could tune that VOR. It is Guadalupe, Golf, Lima, Juliet. You can tune that on your second nav radio and pick like a, I don't know, 10-degree radial coming off it, and when it lines up, you'll know you're passing.
At 10 degrees from that radio. Yep.
Yeah, because we're already past it. Like you might to our nav track, you might do a 45-degree radial out, but I think you're already past it. I'm a little behind you. I see the airport off to my left right now, so I know.
Well, I see the bay in front of me now. That bay should be just a few miles out from. That should be Morro Bay, and then the VOR's on top, like in the middle of that peninsula.
Yeah. This is yeah, it's Pismo Beach coming up. It's a very nice beach. Right on that bay.
Is everybody doing good back there? Anybody else? I don't know if anybody else is doing VOR necessarily, but
Trying to, but yeah, when I switched airplanes, it didn't like the switch fully.
oh, did you switch without going back out through dev mode?
Yeah, I went into dev mode. I haven't used it that often.
Yeah, I got a ground speed of we'll just call it 230.
Same here. You disappeared you're off the map now. Unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm slowly catching up.
I see you guys back there. So we can leave this VOR that you're just past the bay, this next VOR that we're coming to. You can leave that on a 307 radial because we got 70 miles to the next one. We're probably not going to catch it. So once we get over it, if we tune the away course at 307, that should work. Or go to heading at 307, maybe just as you pass over it, and the needles go kind of wonky.
Yes.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna tune or set the course.
You were saying 307. I was seeing 310. That's why I was hesitating a little bit. But yes, if you stay on the same VOR and went to 307 or 310, whatever navigation source you're looking at, then you can use that until you get to the next waypoint. That was what we tried to do a second ago. Okay, so 11 miles out.
Like I tuned my second radio to the same VOR frequency, 112.4.
You could just...
But I set my second OBS to that departing radial. I'm going with 307 for now. 307, 310. And when the flag flips to from,
you just go from 1 to 2.
Yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna try that.
I'll do it too and see what happens.
And I'm gonna tune my heading bug to 310 just as a backup, just in case.
I wonder what this engine trend monitor does. No GPS position. Record up, down. Inspection doing 200 hours. Oh, it gives you the high ITT from the fly. Log of totals. 3.4% used. 3.4% of what? Shaft horsepower. 525 horsepower right now. That's cool. Interesting data. Alright, 4.7 miles.
I'm less than a mile behind you. I might need to slow up a little bit.
Yeah, my speed is showing 225. Ground speed.
Yeah, I'm 230. I'm just gonna drop back just a touch.
Is there a fuel flow somewhere?
This engine trend monitor probably shows it someplace.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Fuel. Oh, here we go. Alright, let's focus on navigation for a second here. Alright, so coming up on our bay. Should be able to just hit this 1-2. Let's see if that shifts us for us. Alright, it's getting a little wonky. Let's go to 2. Did it keep us in nav mode? It did not. Nav went to ARM. Now it's picked it back up, and we're turning. So we're leaving here, although it says 308. 309, 310. So now we could go back to our nav 1. I guess you could just flip-flop back and forth between these two. Go to nav 1 and dial in the 114. Oh. Yeah, it automatically pulled it away, so. Because this is nav 1. So we want to keep that on 1.
I did what you did. Yeah, and it worked. Just taking my right turn for me.
So let's go back to course. Nope. 310. One time it doesn't kick me out. I'm sure there's a flow that's like perfect for that, but alright, so the next one's 114, so I'm gonna go ahead and dial that in and should see it come up sometime in the near future. We got 70 miles on this one. To Big Sur. This one we're going to be going, leaving at 040. This is also where it gets interesting because the airport we're flying to doesn't actually have a VOR immediately at the airport, but I bet there's some approaches that use that VOR up to the north.
There's an ILS on this airport.
Yeah, I'm gonna test out the ILS functionality in this thing.
Oh, using the you said VOR to the north, but there is an ILS. I saw on this the primary CDI. Is there an indication for from and to? I haven't figured that out.
I think it's this little arrow right here below your airplane.
Oh, yeah.
Little triangle.
Yep. So it's pointing to the VOR.
Yep.
Oh, just like a traditional one. The from flag would point.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. I said I was going to ask you a question about this navigation when we got to after the next VOR. And now
You forgot what you were gonna ask about.
maybe I figured it out. I don't know because whatever I'm doing is working, so I'm not.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out this KNS 80. We may have to actually read the manual on that one.
I'm so far in love with this plane. This is not disappointed yet.
Here's the fuel flow.
Nerd, like
Oh,
Nerd
yeah.
City, huh?
Yeah, so I'm at 43.5 gallons per hour,
Come on. Basically 50.
but I did torque back a little bit to get some let you get ahead of me a little because I was creeping up on you. So that makes sense.
Yep.
Just more love.
Alright, so just to confirm what we're doing right now, we are leaving 1124, which was MQO, on a heading of 310, which is the radio we need to leave to get to Big Sur, which is 114. We got 114 dialed into nav 2 over here, so we should be able to see when we pick that up. It was probably going to be around 40 miles or so. There's quite a few mountains around here, so I'm not sure how soon that'll actually happen. Oil temperature's in the green, engine's in the green. ITT's very happy. NG is 95% or so. 90. Oh no, that's 90. 95. That's about 98%. Prop sits right there at 2,000. And torque is about 72, 73. This wasn't too bad to figure out.
So who wants to have like a adult geek slumber party and just fly this thing all night?
Not me.
Nope.
I'll do it with you, Mike.
I'm gonna be glued to this thing tonight.
That is definitely Nerd City.
Yes, sir. I'm not even ashamed of it.
I don't think anybody in this Discord can claim that they're not a nerd.
So you're including me into that?
Hey, you're an aviation nerd at least.
That for sure. Well, thank you. I'm going to keep it off, and I appreciate it.
You're what?
I said thank you. I don't get used that very often. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
This is just like my first cross country when I was getting my private pilot license. They I had a bunch of planes from my class in front of me, and I just followed them. No navigation.
My person wasn't over all this water, I can tell you that.
I'm glad that they did an entire model for this and not just the insides. Well, look at that exhaust off the side of the paint there. It's cool.
Oh, the carbon buildup on the white paint, you mean?
Yeah.
Outside? Yeah. Have you picked up? Yeah, so you're tuned in on 1140. So on your VOR2.
I have not picked it up. If for some reason we don't pick this up at 70 miles, we can do a right turn to 040, and we should be able to pick up the next one.
Yeah, or you could have tracked from the last.
Well, that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying 70 miles from the last one, we would know that we'd have to turn to the right 040, and then try to tune in the next frequency.
I would think that. So, my thought process here is, so correct me if you think I'm looking at this picture wrong, but I've got the next waypoint in my second radio.
Oh, I just picked it up.
For it to come. Okay, I said waiting for it to come alive. If I start to lose the current VOR before I pick up the next one, I would bump to heading mode and wait till it tunes. Eventually, unless it's in op right now, this VOR we're going to,
Yeah, if you had no other options, then yes. We have other options if we had to, but it did pick up before we lost the other one. Yeah, keep it on your current heading until you picked up the VOR is one way to go. I mean, you're doing a little bit of dead reckoning, so you kind of want to pay attention to the winds if you had that information.
Or just take a reverse bearing from the VOR that you're leaving.
Well, what we're talking about is if you're smack in the middle of the two and you lose the one your tune that you're following.
Both of them.
Yeah,
if you don't have either one.
Yeah.
All right, so we can go ahead and change this over to 114.
So,
go in the heading mode, and we're going to be on a course of 310. So.
all right. I was just gonna say, I'm 30 miles from the VOR we're tracking away from, and it still hasn't come alive. And you said it did, and right about when I said that, it just came alive.
Yeah.
How about that?
So I need to adjust a little bit here. It was a little bit off track, looks like. Now, why were we off track? I wonder. What do I have wrong? 114, 310. So this is the same thing that happened last time.
I'm right on. I'm on a course going to a course of 307 right now.
Well, I was on 310, leaving, and I did a course 310-2 after I changed frequencies, but it's having to adjust more towards the coast.
So that means you drifted
I drifted to the right on a heading of 310. Unless I didn't have something set like I thought I did, which is entirely possible. That could be very problematic on a long distance one, but
so we have no there's no TCAS, there's no traffic radar.
nope. TCAS is all GPS based in the Garmin 750.
And the Bendix is strictly weather radar. There's no traffic. Yeah, no traffic on that. Okay.
Yep.
Just because in MSFS right now, you're once again gone from, you disappeared out of the sky, and I see Cannon Bloggins behind me.
Alright, I'm heading dead towards it now. I'm on the coast like I expected to be. Lost my mouse, there it is.
Wake me up when we get there.
Alright. Yeah, we'll be doing, the next one will be right turn. We'll be leaving this VOR on a heading of 036.
Are we there yet?
Not yet.
We do have terrain here, though.
Might have climbed a little bit.
What's the... looking at the charts here. It's showing 5,045 feet is a peak, and it's not directly under us.
But there is terrain warnings here.
There, you have the... If you look at the right side, you do have the radar altitude, so it is detecting ground, but it's not like... It's just beaming radar beams off the ground.
Look at your... Right on your VSI, your vertical speed indicator. Directly below that, you have the terrain inhibit button and the test button.
Yep. Uh-huh.
I wonder what that terrain... So, okay, you can turn terrain inhibit on.
So,
And I wonder...
the radio altitude is bouncing. I think it's bouncing waves off radio waves off the ground. Because sometimes when we fly over a mountain, you'll see this thing bounce up.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on that. I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah, so that's going to be probably what your terrain warning is going off of in this scenario.
Pull up! Pull up!
Yeah. All right, our next frequency is going to be 1126. Go ahead and dial that in.
Does somebody have weather coming in there on their radio right now, or is that me?
You have weather coming in?
Whoa.
Like,
I just picked up an ATIS.
Oh, what frequency you on?
Radio. It's 124.850. Just randomly, just started squawking weather in my ears.
Oh, that's what bounced into.
I'm not picking anything up. I know you can tune those in the sim and they'll pick up.
I don't know. I just,
Like the default Microsoft Flight Simulator.
like I said, it just default. Yeah, it sounded like that default MSFS ATIS stuff. I just, like I said, I just spun the knob and got it out of my ears.
Yeah.
I don't know why that came on.
So I think, Mike, what we might be able to do is just roll the course in this situation to 040.
Yep.
And maybe we won't. If you do it early enough, before you get to the waypoint, it probably won't kick you out.
So yeah, just watch your
So you
watch
say
your.
that's the outbound course from BSR?
What was that again, Ken?
The outbound course from BSR 040?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think on your HSI, you got this nice, up in the top right corner, your distance from reading right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm 18 miles from this VOR. When it gets down to about a mile or half a mile, you probably spin that dial right about then, and the timing will be about right to make that turn.
I think if you do it, right at a mile, that way you don't get that bouncing back and forth. Yeah, we're so used to flying around with these OBSs. If we get one of these HSIs, we're like, what do we do? There's so many things.
It's so fancy.
Like, I'm curious what these buttons all do. Oops. I'm not used to this newfangled technology.
Yeah, we're like we're stuck in between. We're either in the old the 152 or in an A320. And
Yep.
like, this is
This is a nice in between.
it is really nice.
Oh, yeah, here. There's your little triangle indicating 2 is on top of the airplane now.
Yep. This is so fun.
This kind of navigation is a lot more fun than GPS. Just because it's more of a challenge.
I think I just completely self-identified as a nerd. 100% just
So
now.
you think that
I just
happened,
said-
Mike?
I just said this is so fun out loud.
I think you was already in that club.
This is so much
I got
fun.
bumped out of nav mode somehow.
Uh-oh.
Now you just got to build a button box so you have dual encoders for tuning your heading bug and your.
Why stop at a box? Let's just make an entire cockpit based off this airplane.
I'm looking for apartments down near down near you, so we can just
You can come stay with me for every now and then. We'll have a full-blown A320 sim out in my garage.
There you go.
Come on over, guys. I would love to do that.
With hydraulics, with full hydraulics.
Yep, absolutely. If we're going for building that far, we might as well spend an extra 20 grand. Build the whole thing.
These two, yeah, that's what will happen.
I can wire with the best of them, but you are the electrical engineer. I can handle the hydraulic side of it for sure.
There you go. I can figure just about anything out. All right, I'm 1.5 miles out. I'm gonna start turning.
Oh, I lost some.
Oh, nope. Turn too early. Cause it started turning me to left. So maybe when it gets fuzzy is a good time to shift it over. Okay, now it's getting fuzzy. Let's go to 040. Oh, it kicked me out of nav mode. There it goes.
I think I would bug 040 on the heading bug.
Yes, I think that's the proper way to do it.
Ooh. Alright, is that the helicopter going around me right now? Somebody just buzzed my nose. There you go.
Well, somebody's right behind me. Who's that?
I got Bukaki, but now you guys showed up. I see Bukaki.
Yep. The CRJ's behind me.
I see you guys making the turn just in front of me, so I'm gonna cut the corner and see if I can catch you up. Fine.
Alright, so I'm cutting back in.
6,500.
Still saying a what? Oh, yes, 6,500. Yep. Yeah, I've been there the entire time. It's been fine.
Alright, I'm watching 3 miles out. Is there any visual cues for where this VOR is on SkyVector? There ain't much to look at outside the window.
So we're going to be going over 2 major valleys. Well, there's one huge valley. The other one's, I guess not. I wouldn't call it major, but 2 valleys essentially. And then a very flat area. So once you get to the very flat area, so this is valley number 1 and valley number 2. Once you get to the flat area, you should be at the VOR. If you don't get it tuned in beforehand. Alright, so I'm leaving at 040 on the radio.
From the VOR.
Yeah, so go to heading, turn, and then change your course. And then you should be right on top of it. Really.
There she goes.
Like somebody just blew through it.
I blew through it a little bit trying to that little experiment out. Didn't work too well.
I'm pretty sure I blew over it a little bit. Yeah.
So a mile and a half might be the answer with the speed we're going. You gotta remember we're going 230 knots right now.
Yeah.
Well, I better slow down then. I'll be thinking
Yeah, I'm actually at 221 now.
Since I
Is that a little bit of a
overshot,
headwind?
I'm gonna split my heading just like you do coming in to intercept a ILS.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
I'm gonna go to 060, watch the needles come back in, and once they do, I'll switch over to nav mode.
Yeah, I was thinking about that when it was aggressively trying to get back to 040. I was like, I should have split it. Alright, so here is the first flat area. This is not the one with the VOR, is that? This one should be about 20 miles or so, 25 miles, about 20 miles. So,
I gotta say,
get to the center of it.
That whole thing I just said is junk you have taught me probably in the last like 6 months. I've learned all this stuff from flying with you. But it
I
seems
had
like
to crash the desktop.
Oh,
oh man.
Yeah, it's that I should not have put in developer mode and just stuck it out with the Bonanza. It said I'll see you in half an hour after landing. But,
yeah.
yeah, it really, switching out mid-flight, really, yeah, I lost some of my programming, which was okay. I reprogrammed it, but then I discovered that some of the autopilot functions weren't working. So when I tried to time compress to catch up, yeah, it wasn't pretty. And then also, boom, I'm out. So. Oh well.
This is
Yeah, mine crashed as we started. I forgot to plug in my honeycomb. I went to plug it in while everything was running, and for whatever reason it crashed everything.
No. Yeah, Microsoft doesn't like you adding peripherals mid game.
So I'm gonna jump in real quick. Just like I was talking about splitting the angle coming in. The needles are coming in and less than 1 dot away on 040, so that tells me I am coming into that 040 radial and can switch the nav, and it should put me on that radial now. Seems like that procedure works just like if you're trying, if you're coming in on a vector to an ILS, you want to come in on a whatever gentle angle. I don't know what the right phraseology would be there.
Alright, I've got the next VOR 112.6. This one we're going to want to leave at 051 to get to Fresno. Fresno Yosemite.
We're going into 1126. We should be on the reciprocal of our current course, right? 040, so 220.
Yep. Wait. No. 320.
Yeah, sorry. Good. Math.
Yeah, math's hard.
Hang on a minute. Wait. This ain't working out.
No, 180. Sorry.
180 plus 0.
Be 220.
Yeah, 220. Because the needles weren't working for that number.
Yeah.
Even 220 isn't perfect, but it's pretty close. Which means I'm off course just a touch.
Alright, so 26.7 miles. That'll get us to Rancho Merida? So we need to start looking at our arrival, so. KFAT charts. Let's take a look at this. Weather there is 0 wind. Hope that's true. Altimeter 2906. So I'm going to go ahead and change to that so I don't forget. And then The winds are 0. We can do the ILS for 11. Or 29. 11 would be the better one for us. So that frequency is 1113. So we're currently on this track right here. We're going to turn right, heading 070 to KFAT.
Right, 070 from the next VOR we're heading to. Correct?
Yes.
Good.
Well, on a plus recommendation, the new Rex AccuSeason update is really quite good.
I haven't messed with that before.
Yeah, it's made quite a big difference to the tree size and the types of trees that I'm seeing. I took a flight up in northern Ontario the other day with it set to fall, set to the fall colors, and it was quite nice. It was really quite good.
So if I'm looking at the ILS chart, it says from the FRA VOR. What is the FRA VOR? 1156. Where's that at? Oh, that's the one to the north. So at the VOR to the north, the airport is say 140? No, that can't be right. It's more like almost 170. So here you could triangulate yourself with the two VORs. If you can see them at the same time.
Mm-hmm. What runway were you? I didn't get to look at the winds that got behind you. What runway are you looking at going into Fresno?
There's no wind, so I'm just going to do runway 11.
Alright. So, let me look at the procedures. Arrival procedures for Fresno. Alright, so there's not an ILS for 11. There's an ILS for 29 right. There's a localizer for 11.
Yeah. I was sorry, I said ILS earlier, or localizer. So I'm trying to figure out how to do this.
I'm thinking about trying the ILS just to see how this. Nah, I'll stick with you.
I kind of want to do the ILS too. Actually, you know what? Let's do the ILS just to know if it'll follow a glide slope.
That's okay. That sounds cool.
So we'll just head straight to the airport
Okay.
and do a left downwind for ILS 29 right. Alright, so here's that very flat area I was talking about. So we're going to need to head out of here on a heading of I'll have it there. 070.
Yep.
It didn't show up on Navgraph.
Tell me again when we get to the airport. What pattern did you say?
Left.
What downwind? Left downwind. Okay. So we're not going to overfly. We're going to turn left downwind just before the airport.
Yep.
Okay.
Turn to the right for a left downwind.
Yeah. Right. Correct. Right. Correct.
Right.
Right.
Alright, so 2.1 miles out. I'm going to go into heading mode. Do my right turn to 070. And then I'm going to change my course to 070. Actually, my heading to, let's do 065. And then I should be able to arm the nav. Nope, how do I arm the nav, I wonder?
I'm doing the opposite. I'm setting my heading to 070. I'm going to flip to heading mode when I feel like I need to anticipate the turn over the VOR, go heading, have it turn me, and then I can get the course set up away at 070 and go to nav mode. I don't know if it's that just feels more comfortable to me.
See, I cut the corner, and it's coming in pretty close now.
Okay.
I left at 065, and it's coming in pretty close. So we can go to nav mode now. So leaving at 070 on course. And this is a distance of 51 miles away. In the meantime, should be able to... Oops.
Oh wow, now this is flat.
Yeah, I was saying it was a really flat area on the chart. Alright, let's see what this thing can do. I'm going to speed her up. Alright, let me use this 850 mode when I cruise. Do we know that?
I think you can.
I just popped it in. Let's see what this thing can do. All the noises and everything. What's up, Diesel? Oh, the TBM is amazing. We are absolutely loving this right now. We've been doing VOR nav this entire time. I'm on the, we're going to call it the salt flats of California here. It's just green. And doing a speed test. Just got to monitor our ITT, make sure we don't blow it up. Oil pressure is pretty high too. Over exceedance torque, floor back. Alright, is there a way to get rid of this? After you buy the Honda Jet, you're going to pick up the TBM. I'll enjoy the Honda Jet myself, don't get me wrong, but I would probably pick up the TBM personally first, just because I have so many other small. Well, I have the Vision Jet already, and I really love that thing. I actually prefer flying the Vision Jet over the Honda Jet simply because of the view you get outside or inside the cockpit. It's just huge. Alright, so I exceeded my torque for a moment. Alright, enter. Okay, let's bring it back up just a hair more here. See what kind of speed we're getting. 265 right now. And this is at 6,500 feet, so we're not going to really reap the benefits of high altitude speeds.
I noticed up on your autopilot panel, you're in nav mode, and
yep.
Mine appears to be in nav mode, but I have nav, then arm in yellow, and
yeah, mine did that until I got closer to the nav track earlier.
And I'm bang on the needles right now.
Without seeing your screen, it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I gotta.
Yeah, Diesel, the Vision Jet is fantastic. I've probably got 60 hours in it.
I get it. Figured it out.
Alright, so at 6,500 feet, we are doing 266 knots. I have no idea what the winds are doing right now either. So it's not too bad. Alright, we're going to drop it back out of 850 mode here. I feel bad for beating her up a little bit. And bring it back down to about 50 gallons per hour.
Supposedly no winds and 2.9 or 9 or 6 at KFAT.
This should bring us back down to around 230 knots or so when this finally slows down. So looking at the charts here, if we get to the mountains, we've gone too far.
You just, in 850 mode, you just picked up about 10 miles of separation from me. Additional. You just went to like rocket speed there.
That's funny. Okay, I'm seeing this river here. Oh, hey, buddy. So we should be able to start tuning in the 1156 also. Oh, kind of give us a little warm and fuzzy. We can kind of triangulate. So, oh, I got it. Sweet. So I'm currently... No, that is the VOR to the north. So I'm currently 40 degrees on the 40-degree radio. So if I were to take my pencil and
Yep, that makes sense.
draw it through here, 1, 2, 3, 4, coming through here. I may not have drawn that correctly. Hang on, which way's that's north? 0, 30, 40. We're somewhere down in here. There should be some water up in front of us. This is probably the river we're seeing. I'm 28 miles away from the previous point. This leg is 51 miles, so we're about halfway there. Should be able to see the airport sometime in the near future. Alright, looking at... so the airport, once we get to a radio of like 1802... the 1156... we should be over the airport, basically. I'm sorry, not 118, or 180, it would be 0. Because you gotta go through the VOR. So I'm currently around 35 or so. Oh, look at those little trees down there. Oh.
Must have to have 4K to see that. I'm just kidding. I can actually see it in 1440. Kind of nice. Makes me not feel so bad. So... This actually is a cat. I think we'll do... Look at the chart for the regular ILS.
So yeah, the ILS frequency for this runway 1113. Whoa, hey buddy. Suddenly there's King Air in a cockpit.
Be too close.
first is 292. I'm gonna set that up in my second radio.
It's not a bad idea.
And we'll want to be down at 1,800 feet.
Yep, I'm gonna start. I'm actually gonna start descending now.
Yeah.
It's gonna pull some
Yeah,
throttle.
ILS for 29er, Ken.
Did you say 1,800 feet? Yep.
That is the final approach fix. Yes.
All right. Let's see here. Vertical speed. Let's pull that torque way back. Oh, I've got a visual on the airport. Heading right at it. Awesome. I've lost the
What's going off out your windshield? Is that the fog out your the right side of your windshield just all foggy? Or misty and cloudy?
yeah, it's fog, haze out there. Alright, I've got the runway in sight. I did lose the VOR from the last airport, but I've got the VOR up north, so kind of using that as my guide. Which I've got a visual on the runway now, so it's not that big of a deal. Dang, I really slowed up. Didn't mean to slow up that much. Try to take advantage of the downhill and get some speed going. Alright, let's go ahead and tune this ILS. And the course on that was 292. I'm gonna enjoy this Virpil here and go out of autopilot. Pilot off. And we got track IR back enabled. Alright, doing my right turn for the left downwind. Runway 29 right.
Sorry, I know you said before, what runway are you landing on?
29 right.
29, okay.
Going down to 1,800 feet.
So you're flying a right downwind?
Left.
I'm doing a left downwind, but I turned to the right to get to the left hand.
Left downwind, okay, I see. Right.
Oh, it's nice having this HSI in here. You can tell when you're exactly parallel with the runway. When you set the course.
This is localizer. It's a VOR, right?
Oh, it just came in and shows ground glide slope and everything. Awesome. No, it's a localizer for the ILS.
So it doesn't behave the same as a VOR, so I can tune that frequency as a VOR and get a DME from it.
You can, yeah. I can see the distance on it right now. So I'm basically going to go down and do, let's call it 6 miles.
The reason I asked that question is if I tuned it as my primary nav source to track going in, I could see my DME from the airport and anticipate, turn half mile out or something like that for my downwind. I'll have a visual anyway, but if I was in IMC,
yes, you could.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna do that on that KNS 80. Let's tune that thing. So 11.3. I think I can use that.
So I've been hand flying this thing this entire time. Alright, so I'm at 1,800 feet and I'm getting under the glide slope, so I'm going to start slowing up.
Yep. So I'm using that KNS 80 tuned to the localizer, and it's telling me my distance out.
Yep. Alright. Do my left turn. Join the localizer. Let's go into approach mode. It's good to see the heading bug changing. Oh, I descended a little bit much there. Alright, I am parallel with the runway. Perpendicular, sorry. Go ahead and get approach flaps in. Bring it up on the glide slope. Let's go gear down. And landing flaps. I spent a little too fast for it. Wow, that thing slowed down like a rock.
I'm turning downwind now.
I'm on final. 5 mile final. Get this thing trimmed out nicely. Gonna start slowing up a little bit more. Without having autopilot actually on, it does look like this would follow the glide slope, which is awesome. Because the flight director is doing that. 500 feet. Here's where that radio altimeter is coming in and yelling at me. Alright, landing flaps. 3 green, gear down. Oh, there goes CRJ.
You landing or doing a touch and go?
I'm landing.
Oh, there we are. I see you now.
All right, throttle to idle. Butter. Reversers. Did it go in the reverse? There it goes. I didn't even touch the brakes. That was nice. Oh yeah, but Diesel, that was super butter. That one got 3 butters.
It's such an easy plane, you know, like I'm just in the straight TBM, it's an easy plane to fly.
Well, this thing, I'll pull up Volanta here in a second. We'll look at the nav track we accomplished and see how good we were compared to our flight plan. Diesel, that was the triple butter award right there. It looks like this taxiway's closed, but oh well.
Okay, I'm on 2 mile final.
Took a little bit longer downwind than you did, Ken, so you're going in ahead of me. I wanted to make sure I had my stuff together. As a localizer came in. Oops, did I overshoot? I'm gonna overshot.
I will tell you, this thing really flew that ILS good.
Oh, shit,
Yeah, it did.
I overshot.
Flew everything good.
It did really good.
I'm very, very pleased with this airplane. It's a good shot. Let's go ahead and load in our picture. Oh, it gets so laggy. We just pulled off the left here. Waiting on you guys.
Hey, did you notice in your
Whoa!
Oh, someone went shooting down there.
CRJ, I think. I was like, what in the world?
that was so fast I couldn't even...
Yeah.
Yeah.
See your landing gear.
Huh?
There it is. Bounce. Whoa! Bounce.
I pulled up when you said you didn't see my landing gear.
I got him.
I'm gonna go around. You messed me up on purpose.
No, I legitimately didn't see your landing gear. Diesel enjoyed that too. Oh man, I'm gonna have to remember that one next time. Hey man, your landing gear's down, not down.
That'd been a good one too if y'all hadn't messed me up. Y'all back over here.
Who's left? Just that Mike? Oh.
yeah, I overshot, so I'm coming in, overshot my base.
Oh.
Coming in high.
I completely forgot my landing lights. I was so enthralled with the airplane.
Y'all see where y'all are parked. Of course, I may not see. Like, you like on the taxiway or something?
I'm trying to find you real quick.
I think I see him coming.
Oh yeah, we're off to the left of the runway you're on right now.
Bukaki's coming in hot in front of me right now.
Yeah, he's done landed, buzzed us, and
I'm just hand flying in now because I overshot my base turn. I was messing around with my devices.
Which was for you would be vices.
This can now after just our initial woes, this thing hand flies nice.
if you put those sensitivity settings that I did into it, it flies fantastic.
ILS like a dream.
So, well, I'm hand flying. I'm not even using the ILS because I botched that playing with twiddling knobs. But
Hey, your landing gear's up.
Yeah, he pulled that on me.
There it is.
What are you doing, Bukaki? He's in a helicopter, isn't he?
No, he's not. All in one hell he is.
What was that? You were dancing like.
He was pulling a wheelie.
Wheelies in the King Air.
Oh, he's a reverser. Is that how you did that?
Everybody just disappeared. Y'all leave? I pull up and y'all leave?
Ken, you might have the option to not show players who are close. You might want to check that one.
I may have the option. Where?
It's in. I'll tell you in a minute.
I haven't really had that problem in the past.
Yeah, it could have changed after this last update.
Oh, you know what? Ken is the only one I see here at all now. Everybody's gone.
Uh-oh, there you go.
Daz
You and
is.
me, Ken.
Ain't just me.
Oh, no. We're all here as far as I can
I didn't want to have my pick made with y'all anyway.
tell. I'm not sure whose TBM is which at the moment. Let's see here. Alright, Ken's off to my left, so don't move, Ken. You're good. All over Hilly is next to me.
So
Pikachi's coming in behind me.
I'm gonna park on Ken's left wing. Because he's the only one I see right now.
I see you kind
Yep. While you guys are lining up, I'm curious. Let's check out Volanta here. See how good we did. Review flight plan. Where'd that go? Where'd my flight? Nope. It said that my touchdown was 119, despite how smooth that was. Oh, never mind. Negative 77. Alright, so yeah, we did a pretty good job there. You can see where we shifted the VORs. I'm kind of curious if I could overlay this somehow. Let's see what... I wonder if it's the magnetic compass, maybe, that causes that to happen.
So what are you seeing?
You can see it like kind of shift where we change VORs. Like if we're leaving one at a certain, let's say we're going to the next one on 030 and we're leaving the first one at 030 until we pick up the second one at 3030. And there's that shift in there.
But it's off when you make the turn, is that what you're saying?
I may just have to draw it out and make it make sense in my brain. For some reason, it's not making sense in my brain. Anyways, we made it. Pretty good. All right.
At least I know me and Mike made it. I'm not so sure about y'all.
Yeah, well, I'll have picture proof shortly. Everybody turn your landing lights off. Alright, Pikachu, your landing lights are still on. There goes one. Then who's off to my right? Who's that?
That's
All over Heli? Yep.
Should be off.
Yeah, they're still showing up for some reason. Thanks, Asoba.
That's all my right off.
Well, that was fun. I had a lot of fun on that airplane. It's a nice little challenge. Something a little different than usual.
Yeah, I think this one will get a lot of flight time.
Yes, yes, it will. All right. Got plenty of pictures. Let's go find a spot to park and see if we can figure out how to shut this thing down correctly. Looks like we need to go off to the right over there.
I think the checklist I sent you has a shutdown checklist. If I gave you the most current version.
Whatever you gave me did not have a shutdown.
I flew your England VFR flight the other day. Catch it, just to catch up.
Oh, down the river? Yeah, down the river. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Country. I lived in that area for a while.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
Near Reading.
Yeah, Mike and I made this one in about 30 seconds. And ground handling on this thing is pretty nice too. What are you gonna say, Ken?
I was going to tell Mike when he gets a chance to get me a copy of that updated checklist.
I gotta figure out the page breaks on it so you can have it split on 2 pages, and then I'll send it to you. And now, you know what? I'll just put it on the Noxim Discord for folks.
That'll work.
Nothing fancy, but it gets it done. No graphics and fancy stuff. You know what? Maybe I'll send it to you, Michael, and you can make it pretty. That's your department.
It's my department. Alright, there doesn't seem to be any good parking around this area, so we're just going to spin it over here. I don't feel like taxing forever just to park after we've been sitting here for so long. Yeah, the ground handling is pretty good on this thing.
All in all, I'd say they did a pretty good job on this plane.
I would tend to agree with you.
Well, that flight was worth my $40.
What I want to check out now... Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave it running. We can check these other options out real quick. Is having the GTN 750 on there, along with the 530. For a more modern...
When you load your 750, you'll have to go into, the 4 quadrants that show your ground speed, TTK, time and route. You can program the 4 quadrants of your 750 map screen.
Yep.
You have to, just like other planes, you got to go back in on this one, and if you want winds, you got to go swap something out for winds.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I think most of us like to have that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm gonna have to log in to get the full effect.
I didn't do any logging in at all. Mine just came right up with all my stuff.
How do you get it to show the actual plane in multiplayer? My game just shows a A330 767 hybrid. Oh, are you loaded into the... So you're seeing us as an A330 diesel? Here, let's cover this because Kim was having control, or not control, but a traffic option he needs to adjust. So Ken,
Yep.
If you go to your general options and traffic tab, and Diesel will walk you through this while he's doing that. Use the generic aircraft models, AI traffic, and multiplayer. You want to turn those to off, so it won't just put some random airplane in there. It'll try to match. It may not do the best,
Okay,
but
so generic aircraft models, multiplayer, that's off now.
okay. And what about the show multiplayer aircraft in close proximity? What does yours say?
That's on.
It's on. Okay, that's what I thought might be the issue, but
Well, Ken, I think your and myself's issue is a Microsoft server issue because right now I only see you only see me, and we don't see everybody else. But on Michael's stream, he just did screenshots with us where he could see us, right?
Yeah.
So Michael's been his plane's been popping in and out all night, where I could see him for a while in the air, and then I couldn't see him, and then he'd be back. So
That's true. Yep.
I think your settings turned out to be fine, but your problem probably is the same thing I'm having, where it's just a server issue.
Okay. All right.
We just got to chalk it up to whatever. Hopefully that gets better someday.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, change that setting to these one. That might take care of you there. All right, so let's see here. Did you send that checklist, Mike?
No, not yet. I want to clean it up a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, you here? I can walk you through real quick. I'll just read it off to you.
Okay.
Simple. Shut down. Bleed air to off. Air conditioner to off. Power lever idle for 1 minute.
All right. Okay, we've been at idle for 1 minute.
All right. EFIS off.
Is it the center? Yeah.
Yeah, right under your, right above the
I got it.
ADI, right center. All right. AP trim master, radio master's off. Prop to feather for 15 seconds. And then
Okay.
I have a lag on. I lag on the stream after the 15 seconds. Condition lever to cut off. That'll kill the engine, and then basically
Shut all the electronics down.
exactly. Aux boost pump to off. Take it out of auto.
Oh, it's
auto
cool that it
select
actually
to manual.
it actually uses oxygen too, versus some of them. Diesel, I don't think it's enough to worry about that it might affect your performance. It's probably minor. You would have to be in a very, very busy area. Ooh, I like how the propeller like doesn't just immediately stop. It actually keeps spinning. That's cool. Well, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, torpedo heat. Get anything else? This door open. And I think there's a click spot to pop the hood. Is this it right here? I don't know what I just did. Oh, emergency ram air pull. I wonder what that opens. Interesting.
Emergency manner?
Yeah, I'm trying to see what it opens on the airplane. If it anything.
That's that little propeller that drops down, isn't it, for hydraulics?
No. I don't think so. Or yeah, maybe that is ram air turbine.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Maybe.
Rat.
Got a Navigraph update too for y'all. Just,
Is that the hood?
Already got it.
Oh, that was the hood. Okay, if you go next to the breaker panel on the right side, there's this little like gun trigger looking thing. If you click on it, you can go inspect the hood, under the hood. And Navigraph, I don't think it updated when I logged in earlier, so that's cool. Definitely don't get this in any other, or many others. The reflections of the pipes. Lettering on the hoses. That's pretty neat. We go in the pipe to see the engine. Oh, the ends. Oh, it's too bad. I know they're doing it on purpose, not to model the interior of the turbine, but it would be kind of cool if you could see the inside.
Oh, there you go. You can pop the other hood. The other hatch lever is on the pilot side, just like you did on the co-pilot side to pop that.
Yep. That's pretty neat.
One thing I wonder about is, if anybody, if you watch any of the Steve-O videos and the 850 he flew, he does not have a pilot door like this plane has. He enters and exits through the passenger door in the rear. And if you look at the photos of that plane, it does not have a pilot door like this model does.
Landing gear emergency access pull. Yeah, so I guess you gotta crank this thing to get the emergency landing gear down. Or landing gear emergency access. That's cool. Oh, I don't know what that does. We're gonna end up collapsing the landing gear sitting here. Here I go, pushing buttons.
You're going to crush the airframe on your first day of owning the plane.
Hey, listen here, mister. I blew my engine up before I even got to fly it.
Wonder how you open the cargo hatches. I haven't figured that one out.
I haven't figured that out yet either. You can click through the click spots on the outside. I learned that you can do click spots in drone mode now. That used to not be a thing. I don't know when that got added, but can you do the stairs? We have to go on the inside. There you go.
You can do them from the inside too.
Like, yeah, I couldn't in the drone mode do it from the outside. Yes, the details they put is amazing. But this opens up the possibility. You know how A2A did the click spots? Like, they basically changed the they made it so it is an interior view with Comanche. Well, now I don't know when they added it, but the other day I was just messing around and noticed that you can do click spots in drone mode. So now you can officially do, when people start integrating it, walkarounds.
350 meters long, 65 meters high, a total weight of 80,000 tons.
Underneath. Fuel drain. Oh, this is pretty nice. Textures all look good. Now I'm a little disappointed in the liveries, but we can fix that.
All right, guys, I'm out of here. I enjoyed it, and we'll see
Yep.
you next time.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, guys. I appreciate it. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and end stream right here, so be right back. Alright, guys, I appreciate that. I hope you learned something and enjoyed your time here. If you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to jump in the Discord. And if you learned something and want to help support the channel, check out the Buy Me a Coffee link below. And with that, guys, happy flying.